Professor Zixthar's antennae drooped with confusion as she reviewed the attendance roster for Interspecies Cultural Studies 301. Every seat in the lecture hall was filled except for the entire human delegation, all 17 of them, absent without prior notification. "This is unprecedented," she chittered to her teaching assistant, a methodical Cleavon who meticulously documented every class session. "Humans are notoriously punctual. They never miss lectures." The assistant's crystalline form shimmered with concern. "Should we initiate a wellness check? Perhaps their life support systems malfunctioned?" Before Zixthar could respond, her communication tablet pinged. A message from Marcus Webb, the human class representative, appeared with an attached video file. The message read simply, "Sorry Professor. Snow day. We'll explain tomorrow." Curious, she projected the video onto the main screen. The entire class leaned forward, their various sensory organs focused intently. The footage showed a landscape transformed beyond recognition. The Human Academy District, normally a collection of modest gray buildings, had vanished beneath a blanket of white crystalline structures. Frozen water, snow, the humans called it, fell from the sky in intricate geometric patterns. The camera panned to show humans of various ages engaged in bizarre behaviors. Marcus appeared on screen, his breath forming visible clouds in the frigid air. "Hey Professor. So Earth got hit with about 30 centimeters of snow overnight. Classes are cancelled. But check this out." The video cut to humans constructing elaborate fortifications from compressed snow. They hurled spherical projectiles at each other, laughing as the frozen ammunition exploded harmlessly against their insulated clothing. Others lay on the ground, moving their limbs to create symmetrical patterns, then stood to admire their snow angels. One group had built a crude humanoid figure entirely from snow, decorating it with rocks and vegetation. A Valerian student raised 3 of his appendages. "Professor, I don't understand. Their climate control systems failed catastrophically. Frozen precipitation is falling from their atmospheric processors. Why are they celebrating?" Zixthar paused the video, equally baffled. In any civilized world, such an environmental disaster would trigger immediate emergency protocols. Yet the humans appeared to be having recreational activities. The next day, the humans returned to class, their faces flushed and their clothing still damp. Marcus volunteered to explain. "So, snow days are this Earth tradition," he began, pulling up historical images on his datapad. "Back before we had perfect climate control, winters would sometimes dump so much snow that it became dangerous to travel. Schools and businesses would close. But kids, and honestly, adults too, we'd go outside and play." "Play?" a Threlian student interjected. "In lethal environmental conditions?" Marcus grinned. "Lethal is relative. Snow isn't that dangerous if you dress properly. And we turned it into fun. Snowball fights, building snowmen, sledding down hills at high speeds. You deliberately accelerated down inclines with no propulsion control?" The Cleavon assistant's form flickered with distress. "Yeah. That was the best part." Marcus's enthusiasm was infectious, even if the concept remained alien to his classmates. "The thing is, even now when we have weather regulators on our colony worlds, humans still schedule snow days. We deliberately create winter conditions just to experience it again." Professor Zixthar's antennae straightened with sudden understanding. "You're saying that humans voluntarily subject themselves to hostile environmental conditions, for enjoyment?" "Exactly. We grew up on a death world, Professor. A little frozen water isn't going to stop us. Actually, we kind of miss it when it's gone. There's something about snow that feels like home." The classroom fell silent as the implications sank in. These Deathworlders didn't just survive their harsh planet, they had genuinely enjoyed its dangers. They had taken a natural disaster and transformed it into cherished cultural tradition. A Valerian student spoke up, his tone respectful. On my world, we eliminated all environmental variables 3,000 cycles ago. We cannot imagine choosing to experience them again. This is remarkable. Marcus shrugged. Maybe that's the difference between us. You guys engineered paradise. We came from chaos, so we learned to love it. Snow days remind us where we came from, a crazy, unpredictable, beautiful planet that tried to kill us in 100 different ways. And we had fun anyway. Professor Zixthar made a note in her files. Understanding humans, she realized, meant understanding that their definition of good day included elements most species would classify as survival scenarios. It was terrifying, illogical, and somehow perfectly human. Class dismissed, she announced. I need to recalibrate my entire understanding of recreational activities.